Today we decided to go to the Milford Sound, which is located in the southwest corner of the South Island of New Zealand. The Milford Sound is famed for its plunging cliffs and raging waterfalls and a beautiful fjord. We traveled up Highway 94 and stopped along the way in the Eglinton River Valley at a beautiful glacier-carved valley. Our second stop was at Mirror Lakes, which has reflections of the Earl Mountains on these small lakes, at least on days that it's not raining and windy, which unfortunately was not today. The walk along the boardwalks takes about 5 minutes and is wheelchair accessible. The only way to access Milford Sound by road is to go through the Homer Tunnel. This is through the Darren Mountain Range into the Cleddau Valley. This is a one-way tunnel and we had to wait 3 minutes in order to go through. When you pop out of the tunnel on the other side, you come into this amazing rock cliff-faced valley with waterfalls tumbling down all around. It is unbelievable. The number of waterfalls are just uncountable. Next, we're going on the Milford Mariner to go on the Milford Sound. We were on a 2-hour cruise, and many people say the prettiest time to go to the Milford Sound is when it's raining. It rains 250 days a year, about 23 feet or 7 meters of rain a year. It rains a lot. So I guess in this sense, we were lucky. It was raining. The good news is when it rains, the number of waterfalls in the Milford Sound multiplies. Everywhere you look becomes a waterfall. I particularly liked in this rainy, misty weather how the mist draped over the mountaintops. The mist just seemed to multiply the mystical beauty of the fjord. We stopped at Fairy Falls and were able to bring our boat right up to the edge of it, where the mist of this waterfall was able to drench the people who were brave enough to be in the front. This waterfall is 508 feet tall, or 155 meters. It doesn't always flow, but since it was raining, it flowed for us. Compared to the Doubtful Sound, Milford Sound is much smaller. We rode it all the way out to the Tasman Sea and turned around and came back. The highlight of the cruise is when the captain told us that we were going to go underneath Stirling Falls. He said that legend had it that if the mist and water of this waterfall hit you, that you would be 10 years younger the next day. So I ran up to the front. Stirling Falls is about 3 times the height of Niagara Falls, and I have to tell you, it was so much fun to be under it. Captain Stirling named this beautiful waterfall after himself. This entire 2-hour tour, I just tried to stay out on deck and soak up the beauty of this mysterious and legendary landscape. It was just so beautiful. As you start and end the cruise, you see the Lady Elizabeth Bowen Falls. It's 528 feet tall or 161 meters tall. It is a permanent waterfall. Many of the waterfalls in this fjord come and go with the rain, but this is here year-round. This waterfall was named after Captain Bowen. He named the waterfall after his wife. Before we knew it, the trip was over. 2 hours went so fast. But the good news is we had several really fun things planned on the way home. I was so happy when we got to the Homer Tunnel. There was 6 minutes to go before we were allowed to go through on our side, so we jumped out of the van and took more videos and pictures of the Cleddau Valley. How beautiful. And then when we popped out on the other side in the Gertrude Valley, we stopped again even though it was raining. It was another gorgeous valley. This place is so pretty. Next we went to the Lake Gunn Trail. It is an easy, flat, 45-minute loop trail. Guy and I are exactly the kind of group participants that you don't want to have on your tour. We're like a nightmare for a tour group leader. We wait for everybody else to get far ahead of us so we can take our videos and photos, and then when everybody else is out of sight and we're done, we run to catch up with everybody else. Situated in the Eglinton Valley, this trail passes through red beech forests and has moss that wraps around and clings to and almost smothers trees in the most delightful and gorgeous ways. It was just as pretty as much of the Milford track that we hiked. We loved it. Trips and Tramps gave us door-to-door service. It took us right home. We really enjoyed traveling with them. They are a small family-owned business in Tano. We traveled with Douglas Thorne. He was fantastic. I really recommend this group. I hope you enjoyed this trip with us.
They say that if you stand underneath the waterfall and the waterfall splashes water on you, that you'll be 10 years younger. So I guess tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'll be 44 years old again. It's an acquired